Audiences first fell in love with him as the loyal werewolf and packmaster Alcide on HBO's hit supernatural vampire series True Blood. And he danced his way into our hearts, the Magic Mike trilogy. I hear you, Tam Fam. Well, his latest role brings him back to our screens as the host of the new reality competition series Deal or No Deal Island, where 13 contestants compete in challenges to find briefcases hidden on a jungle island worth $200 million. Whoa! And then they try to beat the banker in a game of Deal or No Deal. Take a look.
Hello, guests. I talked to the banker about the excursion today, and to be frank, I was a little caught off guard. But after hearing his excitement, he's got me persuaded. Persuasion isn't just a skill, it's an art. So today, he's testing how persuasive you can be or how easily you can be persuaded. There are cases waiting to be found in the jungle, and you need to go get them.
Whoa, joining us in studio, please welcome Joe Manganiello. Come on out, Joe. Congratulations, I'm wonderful. Thank you. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. I tell you, I'm looking back at your photos here. I mean, listen. The audience has spoken, okay? We know.
Hi, everyone.
Hey. This is what happens when you come on a daytime show. Okay?
Here we go.
The ladies are aware.
Okay.
You are in your full game show host mode. Mm-hmm. How did you start? Because, I mean, when you're rehearsing for a role, right, Alcide or in Magic Mike, you've got a character. You're coming to life in this. This is you as a game show host. So it's not a character. There's no script. So how do you prepare?
No, it's just me.
Yeah.
No, it was a blast. For me, I've always loved game nights.
Uh-huh. What's your favorite? What game are you best at?
Well, there's like running charades or marshmallow celebrity, you know, all of those games. So I always had fun playing those, but I was also like a Survivor junkie.
Oh. You auditioned. Did you want to be on Survivor, I read?
So here's what happened.
Okay.
20 years ago, I was at this house party, and I met somebody and said, "Oh, what do you do?" And they said, "Oh, I cast for Survivor." And I said, "I could win."
You could?
I said I could win.
Did you just think that, or you meant that when you said it?
I knew it.
You knew?
I knew it. I could win. And I started explaining my whole strategy. And
they
said,
think you could win.
Yeah, there we go. So this person said, "Well, why don't you make a tape?" And so I made a DVD. And at the time...
That was a long time ago, DVD.
It was a long time ago. It was, you know, very early on. You know, I had shot Spider-Man. Spider-Man had come out.
Yeah.
And, but thank you. To pay the bills, I was working construction in L.A.
I remember reading that, yeah.
So in the morning at 7 a.m., I would pick up a truck, and I would go and shovel sand and gravel on job sites and mix cement and jackhammer.
So those muscles are real. I always thought this was a fake thing going on. So you really are, okay. So you're mixing with your own hands.
So I had some of the guys on the job site film me working.
Oh.
So I'm, you know, jackhammering, you know. And
did you have a script?
No, I just, you know, talked
Without
about...
a shirt.
Yes, for some of it, yeah.
Joe, let me tell you, I can't take
them anywhere. It was very sunny out. It was sunny. All right? I don't want tan lines. Yeah.
Listen, this is now turned into you and Joe connection. What do you think this is? Ma'am, this is not a love match. It's a competition show. So
I was told this was a dating game.
You thought it was a dating game?
No. Okay,
Don't say that. They'll start throwing roses down and everything else at you. So you start showing yourself with a jackhammer, and to get on, they didn't pick you, though.
No, they did.
They did?
Oh, yeah. They were like, "You're on. Like, if you want to come on the show, we'll have you on the show."
What happened?
Well, I was an actor, you know. I was in movies, and I actually had a TV pilot that I had shot the year before that didn't get picked up. So you shoot pilots, and then the network says whether they want it or not. When the network said no...
So your career stood in the way of you winning?
My successful acting career stood in the way of me being on Survivor. Which is why, you know, 20 years later, when NBC called and said,
Yeah.
we have this thing we want to talk to you about. I said, okay, this is interesting. I said, well, what is it? And they started explaining it, and they were like, well, it's like 13 contestants go to this depraved billionaire's island.
Right, it's a private island.
Yes.
So they've got the briefcase, and it's $200 million.
$200 million is hidden throughout the island in briefcases.
In briefcases throughout the island.
And so they have to do challenges or excursions in order to find the highest value cases, which then go up on a board.
Right.
Whoever finds the lowest value cases are up for elimination against the banker in a game of Deal or No Deal that night in the temple.
Okay.
All right, so he's up for elimination right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Against the banker. And he chose his case out of the ones that were collected.
Right.
He doesn't know what's inside of it, and now he's playing for all the values that they collected from that excursion that day.
So when you look at the, like, I know Claudia Jordan very well. Boston Rob, big deal. Is there a strategy to winning? When you looked at this, and you said, there's a strategy. There's Claudia. She's...
Yeah. So the interesting thing you mentioned is Claudia. So Claudia had played 4 seasons of Deal or No Deal. She's seen every single deal that went down, deal that went sour. She's had the $1 million case. She had a sixth sense about where the money was.
I knew it.
So she's valuable to the rest of the players because of this sixth sense, but then in the back of their mind, they've got to think, well, I need Claudia out because at the end, I want to play for the money. And all that's happening at once. So you want her to help you. You want Boston Rob's cunning to help you build a bigger board, build more money into this cumulative case that keeps building and building and building, but only one person's going to play for it.
Only one person. What I'm shocked by Bubbles, your dog, rescue dog, Bubbles, could not make the island. You take...
She came to the island.
She made it to the island?
That's us in Ireland.
Right.
That's
you take her everywhere with you.
Yeah, there's her in the island. There's her in the $1 million case. That's her in Italy.
Look.
There's us at home. Yeah.
Bubbles has the best life in the world.
She has. So I became. I'm mostly Sicilian, and I became an Italian citizen last year.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah. I'm a lot of things, but I'm mostly Sicilian. So we ran that back, and I qualified for Italian citizenship, and so I got Bubbles an EU passport, so she could travel with me. So she...
Okay. First of all, her eyeballing me like this. I was curious about the iguana. Was she jealous of that iguana?
She didn't like the iguana.
I didn't think so.
I held the iguana and she just turned away, like she can't run, so she just turns as far away as she can.
I mean, was it love at first sight with Bubbles? Because I mean, she's got a cute face, but she has a face that a parent would especially appreciate.
She's a savage. Here's the thing. In Italy, they call her Bolle Selvaggia.
Bolle Selvaggia.
Bubbles the savage.
Okay.
Because she looks cute, but she's like an alligator. She just lures you in and, you know, and then but she loved me.
Right.
So the people from the shelter, she ran right up to me immediately. I've never had a pet.
Never?
No, my father was allergic. My brother and I were allergic. We never had animals. So she ran up, and it was the first time I ever picked up a dog and held the dog. And the people from the shelter were like, she hates everyone. and then it turned out that she was sick, and she needed 2 surgeries. And she was 6 years old, so nobody wanted a 6-year-old sick dog that needed these surgeries. And I just felt like it was the universe saying to me, take care of this little thing. So,
well, let me tell you. Bubbles could win that show because let me tell you, I know she was sick and that's a sweet story, but she was like, my dad is rich and good looking. Here I am. So there you have it. Bubbles wins. You got played. Thank you. Give it up for Joe.